What? Yeah. Sure.
Welcome to the Ramblecast. We're all here. No song.
We got a
No
song in our
song.
heart. We have a song in our heart every time.
I don't have a heart.
Do you have a brain?
Nope.
What about courage? Do you got courage?
Put them up.
We'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz didn't give those fuckers anything they didn't already have. He was a con man through and through.
Okay.
He was.
Of the four of us, which one would be the Tin Man, Scarecrow, and Dorothy, and so forth? You're gonna have to think about that one.
Go ahead. That's a good question.
Jack's clearly Dorothy.
I thought he was the flying monkey.
The flame.
I'm not the Wicked Witch. I take a bath, so I'm not afraid of water. Take a shower. Water doesn't scare me.
What a world.
Yeah, I haven't watched that movie in forever.
Yeah,
Me neither.
I have. I definitely.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
Our local theater has a where you can buy tickets and go and see it in the theater. And, so we've done that with the kids for sure. So
yeah. I used to love doing that too, especially in Knoxville. Used to do that quite a bit. You know, in our classic, who was the original movie theater back in the day. Like they would play Casablanca and Gone with the Wind and Spartacus and all the classic ones. You know,
I am Spartacus.
Our local theater is turning 100 this year, and they just had their centennial celebration.
Really?
Last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could walk in there.
How was the grand opening?
You could go and get a free popcorn.
Was it the original popcorn?
Yeah, was it like a little bitty popcorn?
No, I mean it was a bag, but our family did the tour. We went on a tour of the whole thing, and they
was it a silent movie and they just had someone playing the piano?
No, it was just kind of like the whole theater was just open, you know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Was there an old hot dog there that Kramer ate?
No, but they did have the first TV set in Franklin there too, which was kind of cool because while in between the movies, people could go and see and watch TV while they waited, you know. So, and it was kind of a draw of the time because if they had the TV, they also had the movie theater. It's like where you go to see your entertainment. So,
so it was the first TV in town.
It was the first TV in town. They had it there in the So and they had that on display.
So they had a monopoly on it. The entertainment business.
It was a draw for like in keeping people, you know, kind of hanging out between movie shows. You know, they'd have it playing and what have you. So
I saw this on a rerun.
Yeah, I know this kid that bragged about having 2 TVs.
No, he's teasing. No one has 2 televisions.
That's pretty cool. Did they have the only bar in town?
No, but there's a bar right next door. There's actually several bars here in our town. We have bars and beauty salons. That's about it.
It's definitely one of the things I like about living in the West is you always have whereas in the East Coast, you know, they've always kind of torn down the old buildings and put up new shit, which I hate. Out here, they still have a lot of the old West buildings, and then they built around them. And so, like I know in like
Or repurpose them.
Or repurpose them. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like in Glenwood Springs, which is a fairly small town, but it's where Doc Holliday's buried. Jack, you saw that photo. And like, I asked around because I had looked at a few restaurants on Yelp of like, where's a good place to eat? You know, and there's some of them like.
Is it Yelp or Yelp?
I always call it Yelp.
Okay. All right.
Yelp.
But
Yelp.
I just couldn't figure out if there was an A in there. Silent A. I'm busting your chops.
Okay. I got it. I got you, Matt. I got you. But you know, I always like to ask a local, like, "Hey, what's the place I should eat?" And the guy was like, "Oh, like go over there to this old steakhouse. It's been there since like the 1880s." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And sure enough, like it was a very small place. It had like the old solid wood bar, you know, and it was pretty cool, kick ass. And like the steak they gave you was, you know, the big, thick one,
Thick
hunk of meat.
Yeah.
When I was out there, I went to was it Louisville or Louisville or Louisville, Colorado?
Louisville.
Oh, Louisville. That's
I
know where that is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is a good question.
downtown.
Is it Louisville or is it Louisville?
It's Louisville.
Because
Louisville.
of Lewis and Clark, you know.
really cool town. Similar idea. A lot of the old buildings, like a lot of repurposed stuff. We went to like this really cool, like pizza place / coffee joint. That I didn't make it, but you could tell that it was like an old store that you just like repurposed.
That's quite the combo.
Well, when you're the only game in town,
it was split in half. But really great barbecues. If you need to get some good barbecue, Nick, you go to Lulu's Barbecue in Louisville, Colorado.
Will do. Yeah, that's not hard to remember.
Right next to Owen and Brews.
Yeah, if you ever have time, again, like we'll go to Gold Hill, which is outside of Boulder, and it's basically stayed the same for over 50, 70 years. It's just all wood buildings, and there's like one store in the town, and like it's like just one of everything. And every Saturday and Sunday they have like bluegrass playing, and it's pretty cool.
Well, my next trip is Chicago.
Chicago.
Be going to Chicago,
the Sunshine State.
Yeah. Although Chicago in like the spring / summertime is actually really kind of a cool place to visit. I don't know if you've been, but like I've never been during the winter. I went there in the fall once. It was shit, but like in the summertime, it's actually quite nice because it's fairly warm, and you don't think about this about Chicago, but there's actually quite a lot of beach land.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Because of the lakes, whatever. But
a lot of whales,
it's pretty cool. So we're going.
Well, there actually are whales at the aquarium there. I went to Shed Aquarium over my summer back in July.
Yeah.
And in Chicago there, and it's right next to Wrigley. So you can stay really close there and just walk and do Wrigley. You can do the aquarium. They have a lot of the museums and that, and then of course you can just head on up to the Miracle Mile there. But yeah. So they have to the point though. They have whales. They have beluga whales in the aquarium.
It's one of my favorite words.
Beluga.
Who thought of that? Like it's a beluga whale.
That's probably someone's name.
That would be a good song to sing, Baby Beluga.
Baby.
But how do you RC in there? You can't really fit. Yeah, Baby Ramble doesn't really work either, so we won't even try to kick that can. But
try doing my job. Think of a new one every week or every other week.
Nah.
Every month.
So the word beluga comes from the Russian word bielo, meaning white. However, these white whales are born dark gray and can take up to 8 years before they turn completely white.
That's interesting.
It's like a Russian submarine, right? Or German submarine.
Yes.
Exactly. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's like that argument at the end of Crimson Tide about the horses. Like they're born black, but then they turn all white as they become adults. It's like just weird.
So how's everyone's week been?
Busy for me.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah.
Demo on Friday, work all weekend. Got to fly to Salt Lake tomorrow for another demo.
It seemed like both of you were in the crunch, like the crunch of work.
Yeah, work sucks. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And this is I'm going into the time of year where it's literally a fucking burning hellscape of mouth breathing fucking fools.
I'm imagining.
Help my stock.
I'm imagining Chris at the head of the ship, driving into the storm of the hurricane.
And just getting smacked in the face by waves, which are actually just people who are angry.
With COVID. Boom, boom,
I actually picture him being more like the boss from Office Space, just walk around, be like, hey, if you guys could just step it up a little bit, that would be really great.
No, I'm definitely a lead from the front unless I'm yelling at somebody in the back.
If you could promote Apple Plus just a little bit more.
I mean, if one were to work there, that would be what they would do.
Crossovers. Sorry.
If one would work there, that's what they would do. Yeah.
Nice.
I was trying to think of anything I watched recently. I know I started. I watched the first 2 episodes of Manifest.
Oh, I still haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah. I want to say I watched something else though too. Oh, well, yeah, Star Wars, of course, since I got back. But yeah,
Star Wars, of course.
Andor.
Andor, I mean, yeah. Which
great, dude.
I am loving. Like the first 5, I wasn't too thrilled about, and then like these last, I've been like, now it's cooking with oil.
I do feel like It felt like a 3-episode arc in a prison.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I've loved.
Was it 3 or was it 2?
At least 3.
It's 3. It's 3 in a prison. Long. I didn't mind it.
It felt too long for me. But other than that, I think the show is actually pretty great.
Well,
probably one of my favorites of the entire Star Wars television show history.
Yeah.
Even better than Mando, in my opinion.
Ralph keeps talking about how it's the greatest in the Disney era of Star Wars, and I'm like, you say that with every.
I think I would agree with him.
Are joined at the hip.
I think I would agree with him on that and saying that. I actually think that this is the best of the Disney era Star Wars.
All right, to kick the tires a little bit though. Come on with the gun design. Like we can't have these like
Kalashnikov. Yeah.
When you're just like, we can go buy that gun at the store. It just it loses something. I like the space guns.
And no waiting period.
Yeah, just giving them away.
But anyway, in the prison sequence, they had some fancier guns that were more Star Warsy.
They were more like the rebellions in the beginning of New Hope with the round and the white and the little on top. I was like, it looks more Star Wars. Yeah.
Jack does not give a fuck about this conversation.
No, I'm with you. I'm here.
Jack, have you watched any of Andor?
I have not. No.
Do you have Disney Plus?
Well, I have access to it.
So perhaps there's a rumor we might have a bonus show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Today.
Yes. Yep.
I think I'll share some my thoughts on a big ass plot hole that I think that the show has.
All right.
Bonus show.
Well, we'll save some more talk for the bonus when
because Jack, I guarantee you, Jack's just waiting for the bonus show to talk about.
But I would love for Jack to watch the show. Once it's all
maybe
out and
I will watch
with
it.
us, about
I will watch it after I finish Mad Men.
Yeah, the only
I see you're doing.
I'm doing a rewatch. I'm on season 6, and you said last week, Nick, that you didn't like as it got longer. I think it's because
Which one?
Can't. Mad Men.
Mad Men, yeah.
And Chris has never watched it.
Correct.
He should, but I think it's because Donald Draper gets. You don't like him even more as the seasons go on. You can't root for him anymore. It's just
That's true.
You go.
Yeah, there's a number
because
of
you always want to root for him.
Yeah, you do.
But then he goes back, and there's always a trigger. Something happens, and then he has to change.
He's always making a left turn when he should be turning right.
Well, it's definitely one of those things where they start out as bad people, most of them, and they end up being worse people. By the end, it's like Peggy in particular.
Hey, spoilers for Mad Men, by the way.
There's a statute of limitations here. It feels like 100 years old.
But like Peggy, for example, you really want to root for her the entire series, and at the end of it, it's like she never learned anything. It's like
she's the female Draper.
She is,
yeah.
But I really hoped the best for her the entire series, and at the end, I was just kind of like, okay.
I really wanted another Matthew Weiner production where we see Peggy in the 80s, like as a ball buster, and see that same production level in the 80s, and bring her back. Like Elizabeth Moss. I mean, obviously she is an amazing actress, and could and to even see them age as actors. And it doesn't even have to be about Don Draper, but of course.
Well, he's probably dead.
Right. It could be a Watchmen style, like them coming together for Draper's death or something like that. But it would be cool. It'd be cool to see Peggy and then just a whole new. I think
I would watch that. Yeah. Like if they did like just a 2-season, maybe 3-season 80s version of Mad Men with Peggy like in charge, I'd watch it.
I'd buy that for $1.
I mean, to see all the fax machines and pagers and like just
cocaine,
the cocaine, the planes, the travel, blow it up worldwide, because like really, I mean,
more neon colors.
60s was very New York,
and it doesn't have to be it only has to be because she's so busy with everything. It just be a one. It could be a one.
That's one season would be fine, but
it could be a Watchmen style kind of thing. Like one season, go in, do this. I mean, and And yeah, if it,
because you know Roger's probably dead.
I think all the men will be dead at that point. I mean,
Right.
as much as Don Draper smoked and drank, he's got had cancer by the 80s.
I think that would be the great. I think that would be the great opener. I mean, I know that's it's a bit of a callback to Watchmen, the comic book. Even the fact that people gather around for somebody that's dead, but you bring people.
Peggy would have her own agency or be in charge,
or Big Chill. It's kind of Big Chill.
I think at that point, I mean, I think you'd have to do it where like Don's in charge and he dies in the first couple episodes of something. Their firm gets incorporated to some larger firm that everyone's heard of, and then Peggy is put in charge of it, almost like a working girl, even though that's not really the same thing, but like very 80s,
We're probably daydreaming this thing to the nines, but Tokyo in the 80s and her going there and like it would be awesome. I could see a lot of different directions they could go with that show.
You could even do it that way too. That's a good idea though. Like like they get acquired, but they send her to. That would be a fish out of
It's already been made.
Though.
The movie's already been made.
Yeah.
It's called Gung Ho.
Love Gung Ho.
Hey, you're right.
Great movie, but that's literally exactly what you just described.
Yeah.
Gung Ho was the first movie that Cindy and I went on a date.
That's how you pitch. That's how you pitch properties nowadays, though. You say this is Gung Ho meets.
Right.
So the date went well.
What was that, Jack?
That's where Jack's sound effect.
That
was Jack's sound
effect. You just went from talking about your first date with Cindy to going.
Subconsciously.
I was doing
level.
When Michael breaks the windshield.
Yeah.
When he breaks the windshield, he starts scraping.
Oh,
he's pretending that he's scraping the windshield.
You were doing this. You were doing this with but I like the sound effect with the. Let it be known that he was making the writing symbol with his hand.
Second base, a little tweaking.
I was going to say something else, but I don't know if it's politically correct to say it anymore.
Oh, go for it.
No.
Etch and sketch.
Save it for the bonus.
I'll save it for the bonus.
How you feeling, Jack? You
I'm
look
here.
a little worse for the wear.
I'm here. I can't shake it. I don't know what it is. I feel better for a couple days, and then I just keep getting. I don't know, just sick. Then I had 3 grandkids today, and I'm like, anyway.
I was listening.
I took a nap before we recorded.
I was listening to an old Lewis Black stand up where he's talking about that. He goes, I was on my phone with a friend of mine the other day, and I was like, I haven't heard from you. Why? He goes, yeah, I got something. He's like, what do you mean? He goes, I don't know. I thought it was a cold, and then it stayed around, and then it went to my throat, and then I thought I had pneumonia. I didn't have pneumonia, and it's just been there for like 2 or 3 weeks. And he's like, really? He goes, well, how'd you get it? He's like, I don't know. And he goes, guess what? In 2 days, I fucking got it. And he goes, like, I go to the doctor because I got pneumonia. And he goes back and he goes,
it's a pretty good Lewis Black you did there, by the way.
Yeah. And he goes, you don't have pneumonia. He goes, well, what do I got, doc? He goes, I don't know, but it's going around. He's like, and he's like, tell you what, I just gave you, I just gave you $300, doc. Why don't you just make some shit up?
What's the deal with soy milk?
Just make some shit up.
One of my grandsons last week had pneumonia.
Soy titty. Sorry.
Yeah, I love Lewis Black.
Yeah, so one of my grandsons had pneumonia. He's better now though, but it's just like
oh
shit, really?
Yeah, he looked. I mean, it was bad. It was scary. I mean, he looked.
Was it from? Do you think it was potentially RSV?
Yeah. Well, RSV. Two of them had it.
Oh shit!
And I don't know if I don't know if I had it. I was a spreader. I was a super. I started it.
Well, and then you are Grandpa Daycare.
And now they're all better, and now I'm kind of just going.
Dude, I'll tell you, the whole RSV outbreak is kind of crazy. And it hasn't really been talked about by anybody but parents, which I think is kind of weird. You haven't heard about it.
I'd never even really heard of it until this year.
Yeah,
my wife being the teacher on the front lines definitely got it. So almost started into bronchitis in her chest, but she got some.
One of my employees, his kid, he had to bring his kid to the ER, and they had to put her on a nebulizer. Like she couldn't breathe. Like that's fucking scary.
Our newest, our youngest grandson, they had to take him to the ER and have all the crap sucked out of him.
Yeah,
because he couldn't breathe. And then
for all the audio listeners out there, he means the crap sucked out of his nose, not crap sucked out of his back pipe.
And he made the motion for both.
Yes.
Let it be known.
Anyway, so and then his brother had pneumonia, and it was like we went over there, and I was like, it looked like I was actually scared. I mean, he didn't look good at all. But they finally got him. But we had to drive all around looking for amoxicillin. We finally found. I guess there's a shortage.
Yeah,
and we finally found it, and so we had to go to a grocery store out here. I'm drawing a blank on the name, but it has a pharmacy.
Right,
like 45 minutes.
Pharmacy.
No,
Kroger.
No, it's not Kroger.
CVS, Walgreens.
Oh wait, would you just say for that?
CVS.
Publix. No,
Publix. It was
CVS,
a Publix.
Yeah.
And that took like 45 minutes. Got it. But he's bouncing around now. He's still not 100%, but he's better than he was. I mean, it looked really bad. So
Piggly Wiggly.
I mean, thankfully, RSV hasn't made its way around here. Knock on wood. But for the last like few weeks, though, my son's been off and on, and then for the last 2 weeks, really on battling with the world's worst diaper rash I've ever seen in my entire life. Like awful, like bleeding bad.
Ooh.
Wait, Northeast Canada, same thing up here. A couple families here just burning up with fever and pneumonia. In Jacksonville, it's gonna be felt. I had to join back the arc. Yeah, where you been, man, Jeremy? I think you've like ghosted us for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, no worries. Maybe his schedule this aligns with him. We're like a Monday show.
Fucking worries, man. Don't give him all.
No, I'm giving him a pass on this. You know, we got a Canadian listener.
No worries. Fucking worries. Worry about it.
So yeah, you don't want that RS whatever it's called.
No.
It sucks. I mean,
the RSV is because shit reserves itself in your lungs. The RSV, check RSV.
And then I'm back to changing diapers again, and oh my god, he had it was like
I did this to her once.
I know it was like poop from hell. I mean, it was like oh my god. I said Jesus Christ.
That's what we're dealing with. And
he's just laughing at me.
Clean it up.
Yeah, Randy says RSVP is no joke. Don't fucking RSVP ever. But so with my son, he's had the worst diaper rash ever. I'm telling you, because so rewind a couple of months. So back in August, September, we fully potty trained my son over the span of like 3 or 4 days. And when he went back to school, they refused to let him be in just a pair of underwear unless he was 100% accident free, which is horseshit.
Yeah, because nobody's accident free,
right?
I'm still not 100%.
So the kid shit his pants a few times at school and they freaked out, right? But they made him put his diaper back on, which that means he's in a diaper for 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. That's
they don't change it.
Well, they change it, but like the fact that he's in it 8 hours a day is not doing anything for the idea of trying.
I only wear mine at night.
He's not like an astronaut. You know, he's not like some crazed astronaut chasing her lover across states.
So fast forward a few weeks, right? This kid's got the worst fucking diaper rash. Like I'm talking like open sores and like bleeding.
Jesus. And there's nothing to put on it because it burns.
So he looks like the king in House of the Dragon.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't finished that yet.
I haven't either. So I'm still plugging away. But so we've gotten to the point where I brought him to the doctors a couple of times, and they finally put him on some antibiotics and whatever. But we've opted to keep him home this week. I think through probably at least through Thursday. Let him hang out. So I took today off, so I just let my son run around naked all day, right? Letting his butt dry out and putting all this shit on, not shit, but putting all the medication on his butt to try and get him to heal up. But the problem is though, is that like he has this negative association now with taking a shit, right? Because it's gonna fucking hurt.
Oh yeah.
And like I have not wiped his butt with wipes in like 3 weeks. I've been putting him in the shower every time he takes a dump and giving him like a manual bidet with a shower hose, right? And just trying to blow all the poop off of his butt. Right. Because if I wipe his ass, he's gonna cry and or fucking bleed. So just like fuck me.
It's the worst place to.
This is what you get when you turn to the Ramble Cast. You talk about old people and then fucking baby shits.
Yeah,
Old people's Matt, not you, Jack.
Colleen and she loves talking about pooping for some reason.
She likes poop.
Yeah, she likes poop. But we had a conversation like that at a Comic-Con this year about how, they had like the whole Facebook, Instagram, like, hey, you guys want to lose weight? Try some probiotics, fad for like. And so I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I'll make at least 5 pounds like that. Completely wrecked my entire system for like 3 months. And that's amazing. I sympathize with your son. It was probably that bad, but it was one of those where it's like, I don't want to go anymore.
Like and honestly, and like, but here's the thing. So like now it's healing up, so he feels a little bit better. I'm getting this kid trained on how to use the bidet at like 3 years old.
Right.
So he's on the top. I'm working on the aim, right? Because he's a little dude, right? So I gotta get him back further enough. I got shot in the face with the bidet the first time I tried. He went right over his back and got me in the fucking
like so many times.
So I gotta like maneuver him a little bit, like kind of hold him up. There you go. But
does he shoot up though? That would be kind of cool.
Pretty much. So he would freak the fuck out the first time.
Well, I don't blame him.
It's okay, buddy. Don't worry about it. But today I did it. I'm like, oh, dude, you're good. You pooped in the potty and your butt's clean. I don't have to wipe it. He's like, yeah, let's go. So now he's all about spraying the bidet. Go figure. But yeah, so that's been my life, and I'm off tomorrow. So my day off tomorrow is dealing with my naked son running around the house again. But I guess it could be worse.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Now, Jack, you were in central lower Europe. But have you ever seen a Dutch toilet before? Which is one of the worst designed toilets ever made.
I saw a few, but a few different toilets that.
So for everyone out there, you know how our hole in the bottom of the toilet is usually towards the back of the toilet bowl? Theirs are in the front of the toilet bowl. Okay. And it's one of the weirdest things because if you're doing your business, sometimes it just sticks to the porcelain that's right there.
Oh, yeah.
Where the hole would be. And then it has to go forward. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
So that's when you hold your pee and you get up and you do a power wash.
Yeah.
Power wash. Yeah.
Or you just face the backside of the toilet.
Or if it's public,
if it's you can read,
Well, if it's a public restroom, it's the next guy's problem, right?
Right. Just pile it up.
Fair.
Because like it was like it's I don't know if a lot of places in Europe they charge you to use the bathroom, so
Yeah, but they're clean. They're immaculate when you pay.
They're cleaner, yeah.
Cleaner, yeah. I mean, some bathrooms in the States are fucking scary as shit.
Oh yeah.
It's backwards. You see, Randy knows what I'm talking about. Dutch toilet located near the Dutch.
Stay why? It's because they buy cheap fucking toilets for the public restrooms that have like low gallons per flush, but the ultimate handoff of low gallon per flush is low poop going down the hole. So you're just getting fucking poop porcelain every time you sit down in a public bathroom. This is
one shitty conversation.
This is a fucking shit-filled episode.
Yeah. Well, it's like
what? It's so shitty. We should have.
Oh, let's
I'm not talking about shit though.
Let's flush it. Just flush it.
Flush it with a shit break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Yeah, like I told you.
So you were talking about shit, Nick?
Dude, that was a big dump.
Like when I went, like when I went to India, I'd seen bidets before, but I'd never seen where they actually put a fucking garden hose next to the toilet.
Oh yeah.
Like, whoa, what kind of pressure is this fucker getting?
See, I'm as a pro bidet dude.
Show, yes.
Like I don't get the whole fucking garden hose with the handle. That's just weird. Like, so you have to like manually spray your own butt. So essentially, what I'm doing for my kid in the shower, I have to do to myself. I don't know if I can do that.
Excuse me.
Reverse cow poop position on a Dutch toilet from Chris Duran.
So, how are other things with you guys?
Yeah. Moving on from
the other show that I watched that I forgot came back was Mythic Quest came back.
Oh yeah.
2 episodes dropped.
Yep.
Pretty good. I was really sad that I always forget the actor's name. The guy from Amadeus, the old guy, the writer, because he's on White Lotus.
Okay.
The show, he couldn't come back for the 3rd season, so they wrote him off the show. But he was one of the best parts of the show.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it.
He added something that I don't know how you replace that. It's kind of like
thank you, Chris F. Murray Abraham.
It's kind of like when Chevy went away from Community. It was kind of like the top kind of lost a little bit of its wobble, and they could never get that same weird fifth person in there to, I don't know, balance the show.
I just fucking realized that he was an Amadeus. I was trying to figure out where I knew him
killed
from.
Mozart. Yeah.
Dude,
Rock me Amadeus. Amadeus, rock me.
I mean,
he's fucking great.
You've seen him in so much stuff, but that's the role. When I think of him, I always think of Amadeus.
Grand Budapest, Scarface. Yeah. Wow.
He's in what's that show with the
Homeland?
What's Homeland? Yeah, I was gonna say because Carrie. That's my Carrie impression.
God, it's she has two.
Holy shit!
Not to knock Claire Danes, but she does. She has two things. Either she's dead serious, or she's just all like, I'm the ugly crier. She's the ugliest crier in the world.
Yes, she is. Give me an Emmy.
Jack, when Rock Me Amadeus came out, was that like just the shit? Right, like when first heard that, cool. It was just like, what is this music? It was like
it's like in the I think it's 75 when Beethoven, they had the Beethoven's Fifth or something like that.
Oh, Matt left.
I was serious. Beethoven's. I didn't kick him out.
Maybe he has Nick or Net.
Could be.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Nice. Where'd you go?
I don't know. I
Come on, Matt Treese. You know music. What's that Beethoven? It's Beethoven's Fifth. Fifth of Beethoven. Yeah, the Randy.
Yeah,
I'll have a fifth of Beethoven on the rocks, please.
They had that disco version of.
Yeah.
No, I know
that was the bomb.
Wasn't it on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack as well?
I don't remember.
Because it had a bunch of different disco songs. It wasn't just the Bee Gees, I thought, right?
Oh, yeah, it was a multi-artist. So.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's like a track of that is on there. So if I'm not mistaken. So Fifth of Beethoven is what and R.I.P. Falco. So yeah, Rock Me Amadeus.
Rock Me Amadeus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Eddie Grant's Electric Avenue.
Well. And then a kid on the bus.
Electric Avenue.
Because when that song came out, I was on the bus. It was just a song that you heard on the way back and forth to school. And anyway, this kid said he's saying "Rock Me, I'm a Danish," and I couldn't unhear that for a really long time. Rock me, I'm a Danish. So I'm a Danish. I'm a Danish.
I'm a Danish.
Okay, so anyway,
hey,
Jerry Danish.
I got this little thing up here.
What's what?
Yeah.
The drawing of the West Wing cast.
Oh,
so
okay.
I reached out to the artist and I commissioned. It just sounds so cheesy to say it that way, but I commissioned her to make a new one for me. I just want to show you guys and see if
Manifest,
like the same thing or. Like
a different show.
Different show.
Yeah, it's
Is it Darcy AD?
I hope it's
awesome.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the next one. I'm gonna frame up and find a place in this room to put it. Somewhere around here. Maybe I'll replace the Goonies with something else.
Eat me, I'm a Danish.
I have
Eat me, I'm a Danish.
Eat me, I'm a Danish. I'm a Danish. Eat me, I'm a Danish. That was Chris Doran.
Well played.
Taking it to the next level.
Yes.
It's weird that I'm on this side now.
Yeah, a little bit.
There you go.
Okay. All right. That seems a little bit better. Hey. Playing dicey.
Are you always down here? I thought Nick's always okay. We're right?
No, Matt's usually up, and I'm where Chris is, and Chris is where Matt is. That's
all right. Now it's back to normal.
Right. That feels about right.
And when we do the bonus episode, I am going to be back in the upper corner again. So in the square.
Have you been watching? I know your kids like to watch it, Matt. Have you been watching Lego Masters?
Lego. Oh yeah. The Lego Masters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have not.
Yeah.
This season. I really loved the first season. I think because it was a lot more competitive. Like they would actually make stuff that were directly competing with each other. Whereas in this one's been like just themes, like, oh, build this stuff, and then
right. Well, and even last season had a little bit more focus on technic, like bricks and building, like, right? Wouldn't you say? I like how Jack's like,
I have no idea. But it's it's an interesting show.
It just seems like they featured that brick a lot more in that season. So,
well, I also liked in the first season too. Like actually did some of the themes. Like they did a Star Wars theme. They did. They'll do themes of things that people are into. This one has just been like, oh, like this last episode, make a camp.
And by the way, the dinosaur one was fairly lame.
I think in Austria they had a.
Didn't they do a dinosaur one? Because
they were promoting the show. They were promoting some kind of Lego show or something like that. When I just saw it all over the place.
Well, originally this season was supposed to air in the summertime, which is why there's a dinosaur episode with Chris Pratt.
Oh, that's right. That was the second one. Yeah, it was.
It was supposed to tie into the movie. So, but
hey, to be
Mary F. Kill for
hey,
Jack right now.
What do you prefer, Star Wars Legos or the LA Chargers?
Mary F. Kill, Jack. Star Wars Legos, LA Chargers.
Okay,
one of them's gotta go.
Wait, Mary. Okay,
Mary.
Fuck Star Wars,
wow.
marry Legos, and kill the LA Chargers.
Aww.
Wow.
Well, if you marry Legos, then you're probably set for life, and might as well fuck Star Wars, because whatever comes out of that, bestiality is going to be it's going to make you money too.
Exactly.
Or it's going to come back to kill you. So,
of course, the Chargers fuck themselves. So it's.
Wait, by the way, what happened with that game? Did you watch that game?
I watched some of it, and then I went to sleep. Then I woke up and saw they lost. So I wasn't in because Mike and I were going to record something. I sent him a note saying I can't do it. Just don't have the energy.
Yeah,
he's got the energy for us.
We got him, Mike.
The best game I saw was the Minnesota Buffalo game. Was the best game I've seen in a long time.
I'm joking, Mike.
If you guys didn't see it, watch
dude. Just watch the last 5 minutes. That's all you need.
Yeah, it's like you're like going, all right, they're going to win.
Last 5 minutes of which game?
Minnesota versus Buffalo.
Huh?
It was.
I'm writing that down.
It was incredible.
Literally the last 5 to 10 minutes. It was amazing.
One of the best catches you're ever going to see, but also a mistake by the defensive back for not just knocking the ball away.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't know. It was Jefferson. What's his first name?
Thomas.
No.
Oh.
I can't.
Susan.
I can't believe
I
didn't.
The catch is probably one of the best catches you're ever going to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. High praise. And I
still don't know how he caught it from the position. Justin Jefferson. It was.
I might have to look this up now. While I'm on the.
Yeah.
Well, and
it was a lot of weird back and forths into OT. Very
well. Buffalo had Minnesota had a 3rd and 22, and then Buffalo had a pass interference. Then it's 4th and 18, and that's when Justin Jefferson makes the catch, because the defensive back actually has 2 hands on the ball.
Yeah,
literally has 2 hands on the ball. He's trying to intercept it. I don't know why it's a Marlon McCree thing from the 2006 playoffs from the San Diego Chargers. I don't want to talk about it, but all he had to do was knock the fucking ball down, and he just swatted out of bounds. And somehow Justin Jefferson, I've watched it 10 times, I still don't know how it didn't hit the ground. He catches it with one hand and wrestles the ball away from the guy.
It was a Julian Edelman against the Falcons level catch as far as the importance of it.
The importance, but it's still. I mean, it's
and athleticism of it, I should say.
Yeah, I don't know how he caught. I don't know how he caught the ball. And then Buffalo stops. Minnesota gets the ball on second and goal. No, first and goal from the 2-yard line. They don't score. Buffalo stops them. So it's 44 seconds left. All Buffalo has to do is make one play. Quarterback sneak. They fumble the ball. Minnesota recovers for a touchdown.
So maybe Matt, you don't have to go watch the last 5 minutes.
No, I
say
just want to see this catch now. So
I'd say watch it because it's just one of those. It's
probably the most exciting football we've seen in a long time.
because there's been a lot of bad football teams.
Yeah,
NFL product right now is really, really bad.
Brady wins in Munich, and he's now has won in 3 different countries.
You see him fall down though, and of course then he falls down. He falls down, and then of course he's got to stick his feet up. And
what
the
the hell? I'm watching it in like slow motion now because it's like, okay, yeah, he does have his. It's like, and then, it's like, how does he come away with that? That's a magic trick.
Yeah,
wow.
That's why he gets paid to play football.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he's going to make some big money.
Oh yeah. The thing is, he's gonna have that catch. Is gonna be like, it'll be like haunt him for the rest of his career.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, the catch. You know, you're
The catch.
So.
Canadian Football League. Okay.
Yeah.
Do
Do they still have 2 teams named the Rough Riders?
2 teams called the
Canadian
Rough
football?
Riders.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind of
at one point they had 9 teams and they had 2 with the same name.
it's accurate.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was, but
I don't think.
anyway, that
a game.
I used to watch it. It was on I think back. It was kind of exciting because their field's bigger,
Yes,
it's wider and longer,
longer.
and they only do 3 downs instead of 4 downs.
That's how they like to do it in
Doug
Canada.
Flutie
Wider and
was
longer.
a superstar in.
He's a
So was
god
Warren
in
Moon.
Canada,
Well, Warren Moon came from
Minnesota.
Saskatchewan, Ottawa.
no. Warren Moon started his career in Canada.
Oh, he started his career in Canada. I did not know that.
He's a schooner.
Good old.
Yeah, had quite a few
Moon played
yards.
for the Vikings, didn't
I don't know what I'm saying.
he? Moon played for the Oilers and the Vikings, didn't he?
Yes,
Vikings. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
Chargers tried to sign him, but he didn't want to go to San Diego.
He's one of the hill people.
He didn't want to sit behind Fouts. But Ottawa changed their name. Saskatchewan and Ottawa were the Rough Riders, but Ottawa changed their name to the Red Blacks.
Blacks. Oh, it is Blacks. Yeah, Red Blacks. That's a weird name.
well,
They wanted to
it's
call
not
them
many
the
different than All
Blackbacks, but they thought that Blackbacks was just too hard to say back to back.
Yeah.
Black. Yeah.
And you got the New
Red
Zealand
Blacks.
All Blacks.
Really?
Yeah. That's like they're one of the they're probably one of the most famous sports teams in the world, the All Blacks, for rugby specifically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I watched a bit of soccer on
Football?
Saturday morning. They have on Peacock.
Premier League.
They have Premier League. So it was kind of nice. It was the morning, and we were just kind of having a chill morning. It was snowing, and put on the soccer game, and it was funny because when I went to watch like American football on Sunday, my kids were like, "Is there a soccer game on that we can watch?"
No, really.
Yeah,
I'm not going to read it, but if you're watching, you can see what Mike put in the chat.
He's not going to say it. It's not legal to say such things.
Dude,
Okay, John.
don't make
Disclaimer.
Trump a Beatle for fuck's sake, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Your Trump sounds like Paul
What's up,
McCartney.
yeah.
Is he the 5th Beatle?
Probably. My Trump goes into Beatling.
I thought that you were doing it, but I was like, why are you talking like John?
John
I don't
Lennon is
know.
actually not dead, and it's his vice president.
Ooh, that would be the craziest reveal of all. He's like, I had to fake my death to get away from Yoko, and I
Pence
started
takes
a
off-
new life.
Pence
time.
takes off his mask and he's John Lennon.
Yeah, didn't I send you guys
Melania
that?
is actually Yoko wearing Melania's skin.
I would shit myself.
Trump takes off his skin, he's still Trump.
I would
Didn't I
shit
send you guys that
myself
tweet like a
worse
month or a month and a half ago?
than Chris's baby? Like full on,
Where,
just innards out. If that happened, if Mike
You
Pence
say
was
Chris's
actually,
baby? He's fucking 3.
I meant boy, baby boy,
Son,
child, son.
Didn't I send you guys that
Let
tweet
the
like 2 months
tabs
ago?
flow.
All right,
Paul McCartney,
Jack's
like,
feeling like
tweeted-
shit. We've started to make him Jack giggle. He's giggling like a little boy.
We think you be laughing, my friend.
I'm sorry. What are you saying, Nick?
Well, I was saying, like, Paul McCartney tweeted out something like 2 months ago about, like, because I just want to give some support to my friend who's going to be the masked singer on tonight's show. And then, like, someone responded, like, this will be the worst way to find out John Lennon's still alive.
I love that. I think you shared that with me, and I about died. I think I shared that with somebody else. That was just so funny. So
Jeremy says secretly, Chris and Jack kind of enjoy soccer World Cup through the news. Discuss. I fucking love soccer, dude.
yeah, World Cup's coming.
Yeah, you might have missed that. Missed that one.
I watched the World Cup. I also San Diego might get a soccer team.
Yeah.
What's the MLS?
MLS.
Yep.
So I used to be a season ticket holder for our local soccer team, but I just haven't had the time to go anymore. I love soccer, and the World Cup in 2024 will be North America, I believe. So they're confirmed that Gillette Stadium, which is
2024. No, it'd be because this year's 2022.
Gillette,
so it'd be
Gillette Stadium, free hand jobs for all.
It'll be 2026.
Well, whenever the next fucking World Cup is, like Gillette Stadium is actually
4
one of
years.
the stadiums that's going to be hosting games.
Nice.
Which is like 15 minutes from my house. So I'm either going to be going to games or fucking putting my house in Airbnb for a solid month.
Maybe I hit you up then because you're gonna be like, Matt, I don't know you. We stopped doing the podcast 5 years ago. Don't contact me again at this number. I'm like, hey man, it just World Cup's in town, man. Go where the games are.
Wait, why are you doing Trump again?
That was supposed to be my McConaughey guy.
All right, hang on a second.
I'm just gonna
So every
Random
impression you have is this
transition.
thing.
No, I don't.
To the
even know what
rolling fucking dumpster fire that is the organization that once blocked Jack from using it. Twitter is on fire right now.
Oh, I forgot I got suspended a week ago.
You did?
Again?
What I said is, there was a
Who'd you
thing
threaten to kill this time?
I didn't do anything. It was just it looked like it was either it was in Saudi Arabia or somewhere. It was somewhere.
Tweet about Hitler.
No, where this guy goes up
It's
he pinches this woman's, he grabs this woman by the ass. Later, some guys grab the guy back, bring him back, and she's hitting him with a sandal. I go, she should have hit him. She should have hit him a few more times. That got me suspended for 24 hours.
Wow.
Really?
I go. I'm not gonna even fight this one.
Just a violent.
Was that
just a
pre or
violent
post?
guy, Jack?
Pre or post Elon Musk?
This is Elon Musk. That got me suspended.
I mean, it's
Because they
growing
don't
pains.
have anybody working for them anymore, so it had to be like an automated algorithm.
I like the
said,
idea
what?
of just a room full of monkeys and computers.
I said, what?
are in the computer.
I go on Twitter just to get my sports news. Stick with the going on. I follow a lot of
when
Padres
things are
people.
hit.
I scroll. I never post.
Goal.
I did see something about the last the midterm elections. $17 billion was spent. $17 billion. I go, what a waste of fucking money.
Yeah, because not anybody who ever wanted to ever even hear those ads. The ads.
I'm still getting shit. Like I was like, like vote for this.
We still have fucking signs.
Like, why am I still getting mail?
We still have signs all over Raleigh. I go. There's supposed
people
to be
that don't take their signs down. Yeah,
and I still remember being in line because here they're allowed to have people as you're walking in, promote it. And I said, I asked them one year, what about those signs? Because there was the green part, and I saw a lot of their signs. I go, what about all these signs? I go, what happens to them? They go, I go, do we recycle them? Do we just throw them in the trash? Or they just blow away? Fill up landfills? And they went, I said, the only answer you had to give me was we recycle them, but they couldn't even do that. They're just looking at me, no one's asked me that question before. But I think they should. Those should be
fucking
outlawed.
Liberal.
Those should.
You fucking lib.
It was a liberal party.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
And I just said,
there's a.
Anyway, Because I usually vote anyone that's standing out there. If they're there asking me for their vote, I vote for them. I will vote for them.
Well, okay.
I just don't care.
It
doesn't matter.
Dysfunction.
What?
Election system. You just vote because they say hi.
No, they ask for my vote. I'll say if they're there staying in the rain or they're just. I go, all right, I'll vote for you. It depends on what they're at. It's usually just a judge or something. But I don't understand how
do that.
I don't understand how judges. We shouldn't be voting on judges anyway because judges are having to raise money to get elected. And
how do you know that that's actually even the person, though?
Yeah,
you know, you're like, hi, I'm
vote for Samson.
Like, I would just stand out of your election area and be like, hi, I'm this guy.
I'm Matt.
And I would vote for you. I'd vote for Matt.
I would be, of course, you'd know who I am at this point, but I would.
It doesn't
hire
happen.
someone
It doesn't happen
to
a lot.
Be someone else just to say, hi, vote for me.
Yeah,
it's not too. It's not.
They track
a lot
you
of
down.
times. But a lot
that's
of
like
times
the real life. That's like the real life
mind.
version of the Twitter shit show that is the blue check mark right now. It's so good to watch.
Because
just pay your $8, Chris. God.
What's his name? What's the guy? What's his name? The guy in Texas, Beto.
Oh, Beto
O'Rourke.
Betos.
He's ran down 3 times. He's ran 3 times and raised $200 million to lose
pesos.
Yeah.
He's probably out now for good. The same as like with the guy that ran and governor for Florida. Like all 3 of them have run for senator, governor, and representative, and they've lost.
You will not flip Texas. Like I think people just gotta lick their wounds and walk away. Texas is like it's its own fucking country, for Christ's sake. You're never gonna flip it blue.
Well,
Beto would be better off moving to a different.
Well, to be fair, they flipped California. California used to be red, and now it's blue. In fact, the only part that they always say they showed a picture. They said Orange County was still red. They go, they'll never fucking change, even though they have blue all the way down.
However, you know what isn't red? Joanne's email.
We had an email? Nice.
That is a mindful twist there. I liked that. That was a pivot.
Thank you. Pivot
with a twist.
All right, let's go. Hey, so Chris asked for some more thoughts from me on For All Mankind as a TV show. I did finally reach the end of the most recent season. I really enjoy the show. I think it does a better job on the personal relationship than technical details, although both are pretty well done for a fictionalized rendering. That parallels our actual history. They clearly are trying to follow in the footsteps of the book and movie The Martian in making fascinating story based upon stretching the limits of real technology without breaking into the impossible situations. I like that there are deaths along with miracle rescues. A good example is the pregnant astronaut transfer via essentially a slingshot, for sure. That was fucking awesome. Possible, sure. Likely, not so much. But
come on.
But by keeping to realistic projections of political, social, and technical trends, the show fully fits as one of the better sci-fi TV shows.
Huzzah! She likes
more.
Yeah. As to the show relating to my personal NASA experiences, I'll focus on the Outpost Tavern. I'm sure that Houston, Johnson Space Center, has had at least one hangout place for astronauts, especially in the past. My brush with that aspect of NASA was in the early 2000s in Cocoa Beach near Kennedy Space Center. My group was holding a retreat at the fanciest hotel there, the Best Western. There was a less than fancy but functioning bar in the basement. One evening, I'm at the bar. I noticed just down the way is a NASA administrator, Dan Golden, sitting with his arms outstretched in a posture as if he was holding court. He was surrounded by what appeared to be several astronauts and a group of young ladies, clearly in the role of an astronaut groupies. Now, this would have been very much a part of the Outpost Tavern atmosphere, but remember, this is in the basement bar of a Best Western. By the way, this is one note about the show that is not realistic, and there's much more stability on the show in terms of NASA and the center administrators. In the real world, the regular staff tend to have long NASA careers, such as my soon to be 45 years. But the upper echelons tend to be in the 4 to 5 year range of longevity. Of course, that would not make for the wonderful storylines that are provided by this show. My next email will give some thoughts on the logos, the NASA meatball, worm, and modified one for all mankind. Joanne.
Now the
Thank
basement,
you, Joanne.
Yeah, the basement Miami Mike is in the Alamo.
That's where they left the Bob Dylan tapes.
Right.
Oh, I fell for that.
Yeah, thanks, Joanne.
I forgot.
Thank you,
about
Joanne.
that.
Yeah, thanks. That was a great email.
45 years at NASA.
That's awesome. Pension's going to be sick.
It's going to be lit.
It's going to be litty. Oh, man. Anywho.
We did get a couple of other lighthearted emails from Randy.
Okay.
Did we now?
The first one says, here is a great holiday gift for all you RCAD hosts, a stocking stuffer.
Let it be known it is a...
It's a... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's a book entitled, Who Was Abigail Adams?
You just reminded me. You know what's been popping up on my Instagram feed, but I absolutely cannot bring myself to purchasing it. But they're other than the ornaments of that big black dude sitting on the corner of the bed, like with a Christmas hat on and shit.
Yeah.
Like they're selling ornaments for like $25 a piece. And I was like, you know what? That might be $75. But it might be worth it just to see the.
That must be a big ornament.
Yeah, it's a big.
It's
Yeah,
like-
one piece of it is. Yeah.
Do they make it in a, wait, does it come in a star? I could put it on top of my tree.
I'm sure you could come in a star, but if you wanted to, but like, yeah, I'm not going to buy these for you. Sorry.
That's would the tree like be like this? Put it on top of the tree, just fall
Leaning
over.
a little bit to the side.
A little to the left.
I did for like a half second be like, oh, they take Apple Pay. Shit. And I decided against it. So just pretend I bought it for you guys.
You know, it's like a lot of people play that thing, hide the pickle.
Yeah.
Could you do that with that ornament?
What?
You've never seen hide the pickle? Where they
You
hide
say
a
a lot of people. I am not part of that population.
I've never played it, but it was big in a lot of families. They have a pickle they put in the thing, and you have to find the pickle. So it's like a little ornament pickle.
So is that like what
I'm not making
it's
this up.
turned into Elf on the Shelf now? Is that like the
I think it came before
Descendant.
Elf on a Shelf.
Yeah.
I've never played it. It's not one of my family traditions, but I said maybe we could do that with that ornament.
Yeah, if you buy it, because I'm not doing
Yeah.
it for $25.
You put it somewhere inside your tree, and you go, "Wow, what's that?"
Merry Christmas. Here's a Yule log.
Yeah.
Wait, why does Randy say Matt? Question mark.
I know. Like, I'm curious as well.
What do you want from me?
Randy did send us another email.
Yeah, go for it.
We've kind of answered this in some ways before, but it says, "Hi, Christopher, Nicholas, Mateo, and Just Jack."
Ooh, Mateo.
Oh, fancy.
If you were selected to be a contest on The Amazing Race and were allowed to choose any teammate other than your spouse, who would you choose?
Here?
No, I think they just mean anybody.
Oh, out of anybody.
Yeah.
Other than my spouse? Ooh.
Other than your spouse. Because like we've answered this as like what co-hosts we would choose.
This is an interesting question.
I'm gonna stick with Nick.
Well,
I mean,
okay,
I
fine.
think it would be fun as fuck, first of all, and I think we would win because I think you're a smart dude. And I think you compensate for some of my idiocy. I think we'd fucking win.
I
Yeah,
think
to
you guys
drive
get.
fast.
I think you guys get in an argument halfway. You can't drive fast. You get a ticket.
But that's
you get
no,
penalized.
that's what I mean. That's why it would be TV gold, because either we'd win the whole fucking thing and be awesome,
Or
we
we'd be like
would
the
lose.
Puck. We
Yeah.
would be like the version of Puck from Real World San Francisco that everyone just tuned in to watch
Just
how
to
much
watch.
of a shit
Yeah.
show he was.
It would be a shit show. Yeah, it'd just be
Yeah.
us drunk as fuck in some random bar in Thailand.
Yes.
And going like, you know,
Wow.
Fuck it. We can
Jeez.
lose this challenge. Just to hear stay wasted.
They already. I guess we're just shit out of luck here.
Oh,
Jack.
tell me you
I
wouldn't
mean,
want to watch that. That'd be so much fun.
you're just selling us on your show. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'll choose Matt. We'll have some fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
well,
Matt, you
weird.
Matt,
No.
fuck, I gotta pick Jack now.
Warm Taffy would be a great teammate. No, he wouldn't.
I was thinking about everybody that I've ever known and some of my closest friends that I've known since childhood. Like to me, I would probably like when you asked that question to me, my cousin came to mind because he's kind of like the closest thing I've had to a brother,
not
So.
meowsers.
And he's really big.
Sorry, Jack. Jack,
He's
you can
really-
join us if you want to.
He's really big, and he could really like he's very intimidating, and he can carve stuff. He's a really handy guy to have around. Okay, I would probably take Jack too, but I mean it's fine.
No, fuck it now. No, fuck you. Fuck you.
I thought
We're
the
a
question
trio.
was okay. Well, I guess that's a good place to wrap it up.
It is a
You
good
know,
place to wrap it
'cause
up.
I would probably choose Jay because he's great at navigation, and if you're watching this year's race, you have to be a good navigator.
There you go.
And he's,
I
and
literally
he's
make
competitive,
maps for a living.
and he's competitive, and I wouldn't feel bad screaming at him. So
Let's go talk a little bit of shit about Andor, the old bonus show.
anyway, at this time, we're gonna wrap this thing up. If you'd like to become a patron, we just got a new one.
We got a new one. Yeah.
Hey, welcome. Bienvenue.
So we're going to thank all our patrons. Go to janejack.com, click on the thing, become a patron. We're still looking for that $1 million patron, though.
Yes.
Just one patron a month.
Oh,
$1
that
a
wasn't
month.
one? Fuck.
No,
Hmm.
no. Well, remember we said if we do get the $1 million one, we're not going to share it with anybody else. We're going to break off on our own, be our own podcast network.
True.
All right, since we're
No
selfish.
doubt.
But we're going to thank Tack from Paris, Eckhart Richter, Gladfelder, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the NASA plan, 45 years. That is amazing.
That's fucking sick.
Ed, the creepy letter carrier, and Jack from Singapore. Yes, he has a great first name, Jack from Singapore. Thanks for what you do, and thanks for everyone they do. And we'll be back. I'm not sure when we'll be back, but we'll be
Did I
back.
say thanks for everyone that they do.
I might have said that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't-
thanks,
I
man.
can't-
Go get them, patrons.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thanks. Hey,
Hey.
go get
Hey.
And thanks for Matt for not picking me for the Amazing Race when literally
Sorry, Jack.
I was the only option, but that's okay.
you're getting kicked out of the next
Take my
part.
hand.
That's all we got. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our RCAD channel. I'm out. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Great show, kids. 1 in a million.
Patron extra tonight. Yes.
Yes.